hang on a minute and let's all congratulate the people of Ohio who voted yesterday in a statewide referendum to preserve the simple majority threshold for amending their state constitution in any future statewide referendum. They voted down a ballot initiative that would have required a 60% supermajority for any future constitutional amendment to pass via a ballot initiative. Now, normally, I would say that a supermajority is the best way to amend any constitution, which, after all, should be a document of some permanence. But in this case, I'd have to make an exception because everybody knew that this referendum was really about abortion. There will be, in November, another ballot initiative that, if it passes, would enshrine reproductive freedom into the Ohio Constitution. And Republicans in Ohio wanted to make it more difficult for that to happen. And they failed to do so. On top of that, the simple majority threshold for amending the Constitution via ballot initiative had been in place since 1912. And it's difficult for me to see changing a tradition that had held for more than a century as at all a conservative position. And of course, it's not. As happens so often, this is really just about power. So this story is not over. Again, the ballot initiative in November needs to pass in order to enshrine reproductive freedom into the Ohio state constitution. But I'm relatively confident that it will pass. And if so, it will mean that even more than a year after the Supreme Court stripped reproductive freedom away from people all over this country, abortion will remain an animating issue in our politics, even among some Republicans. And we're going to need to hope that it will remain an animating issue for an additional year in next year's presidential election. So there's still a lot to play for. But in the meantime, I would like to say thank you to the voters of Ohio, just as I always thank you for your kind attention.